when you say the offense and the mistakes you corrected, what were some of those things that were errors for you guys Saturdays that you feel like you have to improve on heading into Saturday?
Just little things, the details. Limiting our penalties. We had numerous amount of penalties. Capitalizing on third down. Just the little details that that helps us finish drives because we had drives, put a lot of drives together, but we just didn't finish.
After the game's album saying, it's up to the offense and not put the defense in, those kind of positions where they have to defend like, short leads and having to bail you guys out kind of. What do you think about that and as far as leading the offense this next game?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's all one team. We all have to do our job equally. Offense, we need to do a better job of capitalizing in the red zone. We didn't capitalize on all our third downs. We were giving North Carolina short fields and putting defense in tough positions. And North Carolina was an up-tempo offense, and I know our defense was getting tired. So those quick 3-and-outs, those big D linemen that we have, they get tired. So we need to sustain long drives and capitalize.
With this team, man, and you guys leading the offense, does it feel like there's any more pressure on you guys that your defense wasn't able to hold down a lead on its home field just with 23 seconds left? Does that add any pressure to you guys on offense?
Nah. The lead with 23 seconds left, that wasn't supposed to be a scenario that we were supposed to be in. Like I said, if we were, capitalizing on all our third down conversions in the first half and, putting points on the board, then we wouldn't be in that position. So I feel like not us putting ourselves in that position was messed up at first. So we just got to start faster, complete balls, finish runs, and execute on offense.
Deondre, through 5 games, how do you feel like you've improved, or what are the biggest strides you've made since the start of the season?
I've made huge, tremendous strides. Win or lose, I'm learning stuff every game, and I feel like that's the most important thing. From game 1 to now, I've learned just a lot of stuff, and speed of the game, being aware of down and distance, and just a lot of little things. But I learn something new every game.
Do you feel like the Louisville game was a tough loss, and now this one, you almost got away with a victory? Do you feel like this team needs to learn these tough lessons early on? Do you think it kind of just took his talent for granted and then it needs to learn these lessons to move forward and be better?
Yeah, things happen. Football, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. And North Carolina was a great team, Louisville was a great team, and give all the credit to those two teams. They beat us fair and square. So it's just times where you have to look in the mirror, accept failure, and learn from it. And that's just what we're doing right now. We're accepting it as a team. No one's pointing fingers. Special teams, offense, and defense have to get better at all 3 phases of the game.
Deondre, you got Izzo obviously has had success in the receiving game. Now Maven
anyone wants to name?
having success as well. What does that do to have 2 athletic guys like that with tight end for the offense?
It helps us a lot. 2 great players, 2 guys who can catch the ball and also block. So when we have those guys who can block and catch the ball, that gives us 2 options to run the ball and throw the ball when they're both in the game.
How hard is it, man, being the competitor you are and as athletic and good in the open field to slide? You know what I mean? Because I assume you always think you can make these guys miss, and sometimes things like you want to run them over too.
I don't like to slide. I'm not really a sliding type of guy. I've never been a sliding type of guy. I try to protect myself. I never try to lead with my throwing shoulder. If I am going down for a hit, I try to lead with my left shoulder just to protect myself. But I feel like I've never been a slider, but they made a new rule to where when you slide, that as soon as your butt hits the ground, that's where they mark you down. It's not where you finish sliding. So I feel like me falling forward, I just try to get as much yards as I can.
Right.
People think that I shouldn't take as much hits as I do, but I feel like I protect myself pretty well. And if I see a safety coming downhill at me, I know that I'm not gonna try to. I'm not diving. I'm not Jaquez. So I'm just gonna get down and protect myself.
At the same time, you're a competitor though, right? And you're going full speed. It's hard to just stop on a time and slide.
It is.
What's the biggest areas that you think you got to work on or improve in your game right now?
I don't feel like it's anything that's the biggest. I think that every part of my game is the biggest thing I have to improve on. Reading defenses, anticipating throws faster, being more elusive and pocket awareness, holding the ball with 2 hands at all time, You know, just being more of a leader. Like I said, every game I'm learning something new. It's an amazing thing for me, and I'm happy that that's happening. So, just taking notes and making sure that I don't repeat the same mistakes again that I repeated last game, stuff like that.
One more for
Have you been anticipating this game against Miami as your first start against the big rivalry team?
I haven't been anticipating it at all. I've been taking it one game at a time, and next thing you know, there's Miami. So it should be a great game. We had a great week of practice today. These next 3 days will be great practices also, and I feel like they're a good team. They're a great team. I think they're undefeated, but we're going to go in there with the right mindset and play a competitive game.
cool. Thanks.
Thank you,